I'm starting up a new series for some Underdog best ball drafts. Um, you check this out. We're going to show you a team that you can get from the 105 spot in a 12-team draft. So, if you're new to Underdog, it's a website based a lot around best ball fantasy football. So, if you don't know best ball, you just draft the team. You don't set the lineup, you don't trade, you don't do waiver wire. You just draft the team. If you're a draft junkie, this is perfect for you because all you got to do is draft these teams, and then the system will set your lineups for you based on who scores the most points. So let me show you. Let me show you a little bit about how this format works. This is your starting lineup. 1 QB, 2 running back, 3 receiver, 1 tight end, 1 flex. 10 people on your bench. Out of this whole team, this system will set your lineup with highest scoring QB, highest scoring running backs, and so forward. So, if you don't want to do anything except draft, this is the spot for you. So, if you want to get a little more info, if you already know what Underdog is, you want to see a team that you can build, if you want to like copy mine or just tear mine down, be like, not doing that. 100% not doing that. This is what you can look at. So, the team is Josh Allen, Jared Goff. Got Josh Allen early, Jared Goff a little later, round 11-ish. 2 QBs that I think can put up a lot of points. That's why they're here. You got Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones. I like those picks. Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams. Risky picks. Might do that a little differently next time. Zach Evans, Deneric Prince, purely flyers. I like Tony Pollard. I like Aaron Jones. They can score from anywhere. They can break off big runs, get big catches. The other guys, little unsure about. I feel like that's the shaky part of this team. A.J. Brown, very first pick, again, can score from anywhere. I love that about A.J. Brown. He's got Jalen Hurts. He's got the coach, whoever the coach is in Philly. The only downside is Shane Steichen's gone. Maybe he takes a step back because of the OC. I don't think he does. That's why I picked him first. I think he's really good. Mike Williams, George Pickens, Jahan Dotson. All these guys, pretty much everybody below A.J. Brown, it's all conjecture. It's all upside. It's all this stuff. That's kind of what best ball is about. It's like, who can go get me a deep bomb touchdown? Who can make a big play? Get me a lot of points. Because if they don't, it's going to be someone else's week. Someone's going to pick up for him. So that's kind of what we have going on here. I'd like a little bit more reliability. You know, Mike Williams gets hurt a lot. George Pickens had a good rookie year. Maybe we can see that go up. Same thing with Jahan Dotson. That's kind of what I'm looking at here. It's a little bit of an unknown, but they could really pop off if everything goes right. Tight ends, you got Greg Dulcich. It's a sneaky good rookie year for Greg Dulcich. Some of the different metrics, it's like one of the better rookie years you've seen in a while. Gerald Everett, same thing with Mike Williams. You got Kellen Moore. You got Justin Herbert teaming up. They can only benefit from that. They're going to be able to score a lot of touchdowns. Gerald Everett can benefit from that. He can score a few. Dawson Knox, you're looking at one of the weaker points of this team along with those shaky running backs. You got Khalil Shakir, Dawson Knox. Those are your only stacks with your QBs. A huge part of best ball is to create these stacks for massive point outputs, massive variance. When Josh Allen throws a touchdown, you want one of his receivers on your team. You score 2 touchdowns. You score at the same time. Now, this creates a unique stack for you. Not a lot of people are going to have the Josh Allen, Shakir, Knox combo here. So if they pop off in the playoffs, that's a unique thing that nobody else is using. If it becomes Shakir takes his opportunity, if Dawson Knox holds off Dalton Kincaid, or at least just has some really good weeks in the playoffs, you've created something unique. So that's something I'll say for it. It's just not something that maybe will get you to the playoffs. You got to rely on someone else to get you there. And then you have this unique thing. So I would say that's the weak point of this, is not having stacks. You want that high output, high variance, top end ceiling that can bring you. Again, Alvin Kamara could get suspended. Javonte Williams coming off a big knee injury. Now, he's got a good coach. That's why I picked Greg Dulcich. He's got a good coach who coaches up offense. That's why I picked him. It's like, maybe if he comes back at the end, he can do something there. So, real quick, I want to show you kind of how the first few rounds broke down. so that as you're going, you can kind of be prepared for how this goes. You can kind of see in your head how it all breaks down. So let's look at the full draft. I'll bring up this grid. There we go. Okay. Left to right, 101 to 112. I'm at 105. You'll see A.J. Brown, 5th pick. Every pick before that is receiver. That's a huge thing right now on Underdog because you got to start 3 receivers. You only have to start 2 running backs. So people are going heavy into receivers. I kind of rode that trend. I took A.J. Brown. You know, a lot of people don't want to be the end of a run. Maybe I should have went running back here. Take Christian McCaffrey. Take Austin Eckler. Maybe I take Travis Kelce, be just the top tier at tight end. Maybe that's something I do later. Something you can decide for yourself. You come around that turn, more receivers, Amon-Ra, CeeDee Lamb, Garrett Wilson. A lot of hype on those guys. You get your first QB, Patrick Mahomes in the 2nd round. You only start 1. So you gotta think to yourself, do I take this top tier guy that puts up major points every week? Do I kind of make like a platoon of QBs later on? Because you can get some really good QBs late. So we come around here. Here's where the 30-second clock hits me. I panic. I'm like, do I take another receiver? They're going off quick. Do I take a QB? Do I take a running back? Josh Allen gets picked for me. Not a bad auto pick. I'll take Josh Allen every time because 6-point rushing touchdown, 4-point passing touchdown. Rushing QBs have an advantage here. If you're looking for somebody who puts up a ton of rushing TDs, you're at an advantage. Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Lamar, Justin Fields, even Anthony Richardson a little bit. I wouldn't put it all on Anthony Richardson, though. He's more of like a 2nd, 3rd QB. You'll see him in the 8th round down there. But that's the idea. Those guys that are going to be running in a lot of touchdowns. Trevor Lawrence, sneaky runs in a lot of touchdowns. That's going to put you in an advantage. You come back around, even more receivers come off. DK, Amari, Calvin Ridley, all these guys. I end up with Mike Williams. Now, you can kind of see after that, Brandon Ayuk's there too. It's the same concept. He's in a really good offense. Kind of seen as the 2nd receiver, although he's kind of doing better than Debo lately. And he might be going off the board after. Is he? Is he going off the board after Debo? Yeah, he goes off about 2 rounds after Debo Samuel does. So Brandon Ayuk kind of on the upswing, Debo kind of on the down, and you can get him a couple rounds, a round and a half later on a really good offense. Doesn't get hurt as much as Mike Williams. That's kind of where the fork in the road is looking. Yeah, and you can kind of see these purple squares, these QBs. You can see there's a lot of good options later, especially when you only have to start 1 QB. If you can find some guys like Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson, Tua, a guy who was a top 5 QB until his line kind of let him down and he got hurt. He got his concussions. Before that, he was balling. He was doing so good with Mike McDaniel, Tyreek, Jalen Waddle. That's a guy in this draft went 8th round. He could be your number 1 QB if he stays healthy. There are places in here where you can exploit. If you're more of a running back guy, this is a great spot for you to be. People are leaning heavy into receiver. If you can still get enough receivers to cover your starting spots and get the absolute studs at running back, that's where you can make a differentiation here. You want to be different. That's the whole thing about this. You want to be different. It's a fun format where you can just draft and have fun looking how your team progresses throughout the season. If you want to kill some time in the slow months of the summer, this is perfect for you. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this series. This is our very first draft I did this year. We're going to see how it evolves a little bit. We'll set up some streams, do some live drafts, and then I'll do another video like this after a few of them. Do some analysis, how I feel about this one. So with this team, I kind of feel like it's a 6 out of 10. You got a good QB in Josh. You got some decent running backs. Tony Pollard could be RB1. You never know. A.J. Brown, I'll take A.J. Brown every time. Tight ends are a little weak. You kind of need someone to break out there. I don't like to expect that out of tight ends. I'd rather just take like Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, myself. But maybe we'll find a team where we can get the format to work like that. We're going to try a few different things. I'll give this one a 6. I'm not pumping up the very first one I do, I know it can get better. But if you got some ideas of different players you think could do really good, that it's about to be a breakout for this player, let me know. Let me know what players you think are gonna pop off this year that maybe people don't expect, and I can try to get them on a team. I'd love to, because it's money in my pocket if I can get a team that pops off and no one expects. I'll take it. So let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching if you got this far, and I'll bring some more underdog best ball drafts to you. So thank you guys. I'll see you later.